Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this video. This is Elder James Clark coming back to you with the Outreach of Hope. I am so excited to come to you this week with this week's video. I did not post one last week, and you'll understand why when I'm done with this one. But I wanted to come back this week. You know, God is awesome, amazing, incredible, beyond even what words can describe. And over the last couple of days, I've been overwhelmed just with working in my blessing. And what do I mean by that? The beginning of this year, well, I've already shared a part of my testimony. I have so many different parts of my testimony that I will be sharing over the course of this year as God continues to unfold different things in my life. But I shared earlier this year, I guess in January, about my son, how every year we always remember what God has done for us in my son, because he is the child that the doctors originally said would never be. So he's alive, well. We watched Mickey Mouse this morning, ate oatmeal, and got dressed, and he went to school. So that is the blessing. But in addition to that, the beginning of this year, I began to confess to God that I'm open to you. I said, God, I'm open. I'm open. That was just, and I would even open my arms and just receive in, you know, whatever it is that being open to God entailed for me. And I began to say, God, I'm open to you, and I want all that you have for me. And the beginning, and I know my calling in life. I'm aware, and I really got a handle on it. Toward over the last couple of years, more toward the last year and a half, that I'm called to minister the gospel of the Word of God, and I'm also called into business. Uh, Primarily, the first thing, minister the Word of God, and business is always in me, and it's something God has allowed me to do. Beginning of this year, I do real estate. I sell real estate. I was in my real estate office, and I was approached by one of my colleagues about owning a convenience store, a corner store, a bodega, whatever you want to call it. But the stores that have a little bit of everything for the convenience of the consumer. Never in my life had I ever thought about owning one of those, but the situation that the store was for sale, and the owner needed to sell it quickly. And so I was approached by it, and because I'm open to God, I was open to exploring the opportunity. I didn't really know where it was going to go, but I said, God, I'm open, and whatever that means, I receive it. So I met with the gentleman, and you know what? My wife and I went and met with him. He showed us the store and showed us the different things, and he said to us, he said, when you came into the store, something in my heart told me I needed to sell this business to you. I'll never forget that. He told me, he said, something in my heart let me know I needed to sell this business to you. And we went, that was in January. And we finally settled on a price, which was a fraction of what he originally wanted. We finally settled on a price. And the truth is, when we settled on the price, I didn't even have the money to bring to the table for the down payment. Although it was very minute compared to what he wanted, I didn't have it. But we went back and forth, and we had obstacles to overcome. We got approved for the lease on the place, which was a blessing from God. We got approved for different things, and so now it came down to here in April. The time kept going back and forth. April, I didn't have the money, and I started, but I was moving forward. I kept saying, I'm moving forward. I kept saying, I'm going to have everything. My confession was, I'm going to have everything I need when I need it. I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I'm going to have everything I need when I need it. And my confession was, we're moving forward and we're closing on the store. I would tell different people, hey, I'm buying a convenience store. And that is without me having the money to buy it. But my confession of faith was stronger than my reality. And long story short, last Thursday we closed on the store. Now, let me back up a little bit and say I didn't have the money, but then some money was supposed to come in, and it was supposed to be a large amount, which was going to be more than enough to what I needed to close on the store. That was reduced down to about $1,000, a little less than $2,000. But when it was all said and done, that money was exactly what I needed to the penny to bring to the table on last Thursday. And what was so funny is that I was $200 shy of what I needed. Actually, I got from having zero to now having $200 shy of what I needed, and a check came in the mail unexpectedly, saying this is the remainder of the money we were supposed to send you anyway. So long story short, I walked to the table last Thursday with the exact amount to the penny of what I needed to close in the store, with the stroke of a stroke of a pen, signatures, and that night I had the key in my hand and was operating the store starting on last Friday. So God is so awesome, and I shared this part of my testimony to encourage somebody to know whatever your dream is, whatever you believe in that's going to happen for your life, stay open to God. You have no idea which street He's going to take you down, what highway He's going to put you on, what avenue He's going to put your life on to get you where you want to be. But I am now on the road for greater. I know what it is. I see it in my view, and now I'm on the road. You know how you can be on your way somewhere and you keep missing the road. You're looking for a specific street, but for whatever reason you can't find it. You keep missing it. You're going here, you're going there, you're going around, and eventually it just clicks. You just find this. Oh, this is the street. It was here all the time, and that's how I feel now. I am on the road now that I was looking for years. I'm on that road, and if I keep going forward, I will make it to where I'm going to go. And I was talking to people the other day because it's a lot of work to get, I'm even in a t-shirt now, getting ready to go paint and clean. A lot of work to get the store to where it needs to be. But I told my family, I said, I'm like Peter. When Peter and the disciples were in the boat going to the other side, they were going to the other side. And Jesus comes walking on the water. And Peter had enough guts, faith, or whatever you want to call it, and say, "Hey, Jesus, that's you out there?" And Jesus, he said, "Well, if it's you, then you tell me to come." And Jesus tells him to come, and Peter starts walking on water, walking on what was impossible to walk on unless the presence of God was there. And Peter starts walking on the water, and as long as he was focused on Jesus, he walked. But immediately once he took his eyes off of Jesus, he started to sink. And so what is my point? My point is you know, if you would just have faith. I'm out here. I launched out into the unknown, never did anything like this before. But if you have faith, you trust God, and you stay focused on Him, you get on and allow Him to put you on the road to your destiny. As long as you stay focused on Him, you will succeed. As soon as we allow, and it happens, it's easy to happen, things, situations, circumstances, people to take us off focus, that is when we can be deterred and sink. But I decree and declare, victory is ours. We will not fail. We will not lose. We're going forward. We're going higher. We're going into greater. We're going into better, because the best is still yet to come for us. This year, 2012, I know we're in April, but it's still the year of greater. Still the year of order. It's still the year of blessings for you. Claim it, know it, and receive it. God bless you. Until next time, this is James Clark, Elder James Clark with the Outreach of Hope. God bless.